There's this thing called collaboration that we all sometimes hear about. And we can talk about collaboration. We can think about different artists who have collaborated. We can think about different people who have collaborated. Like when we think about Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg coming together, some of the people pretty much questioned what in the world was going on. But they got together and they brought their skills and their talents together and they created something that worked, something that people enjoyed. And to this day, they have forged what I understand to be a very good friendship because of collaboration. Collaboration is what we call the new currency because it is working together. It is working together for the teamwork, for the common goal of being able to identify what it is that we both want to do, and in a space how we can best benefit each other and produce something that will be extremely important and essential for those in society or those in a particular group or in a particular area. That collaboration piece requires that there be a level of trust, a level of commitment, a level of willingness to be able to share, be able to identify what it is that we both bring to the table, talk about some of the trade secrets, some of the things that we have difficulty with, and be vulnerable in a space. And then there's collusion. And that collusion is that coming together to be deceitful of other people, to provide something that other people might not necessarily know that you're being deceitful about, but because you are scheming, you are plotting, you are working together, then this very nature is you as the collective are going to gain some type of benefit from it, but other people are going to be harmed in the process. Now, sometimes when we think of collusion, I think for me what comes to mind, if say Kendrick Lamar and Drake working together at this point, when we all remember, they not like us. And in that, it's okay, what's going on here? Because they were beefing. So how do you beef and then you collab? What's that all about? That could be seen as deceitful. That could be collusion because they'll benefit in a way. They are trying to get you all as the consumer to buy something so that you can maybe hear something or so that you can maybe gain something that will provide financial gain for them. They will be able to get your money because you're putting it out there trying to see what's happening, trying to hear what's going on, trying to put the pieces together to figure out, okay, did we just get duped here? What is going on? But in that space, they are coming together. They are two quote unquote enemies, and they are coming together to do something that will benefit just them, while everybody else is going to be deceived or something deceptive is going to happen. And sometimes in life, when we come together and we say that we are collaborating, are we really collaborating? Or are we in a space of collusion? How do you really know? How do you know one from the other? And so it requires that you really identify what that is. You have to look at what the intent is, what the transparency looks like, and also the legal and the ethical of what's going on and who you are going to come and join forces with. Because in this, it is, are your intentions pure? Because in the collaboration, there's a level of teamwork. There's a level of, we are signing an MOU. That's that memorandum of understanding that says that we agree that we are going to do these things. We are going to bring these things to the table. Here are the things that I agree to put into place. And here are the things that the other party agrees to put into place. Because we are going to join forces. We are committed to being able to work together to see this thing through. And that's the beauty of the collaboration. It produces a product that is going to benefit others. When it comes to that collusion though, there's an intent that is deceptive, that is unethical, that is typically involving working together with somebody in a secret manner, sometimes in an illegal manner, so that there are things that they will benefit from, they will gain. If corporations got together and they decided that they were going to work behind the scenes and not disclose the fact that they were working behind the scenes, but you see your prices of your products, they're already rising, but you see them rising even more. And they say because there is a lack of a particular thing, which is why those prices are going up so high. You might question that, but you might go, oh, okay, makes sense. But in reality, they are benefiting because they are secretly working together behind the scenes to do things that create that shortages, to do things that create that everybody needs this, but there's limited resource. So that supply and demand being that issue, those prices go up, people still buy it. They're buying it, they're getting the money, and the money is coming in a larger volume because of the way that they're moving about. But it's one of those things of, you gotta be able to know who's in your ship. You got to be able to know who is working with you and who is working against you. Because in real life, there are people who want to really collaborate, want to work together, want to have that teamwork, because there are things that need to be done in the community or in the state or in the nation or even globally. They see the benefit of being able to connect and pool these resources, these gifts, these talents together so that they can produce this thing. And then there are those who are working secretly behind the scenes, and they are trying to gain something too, but they are only wanting to gain it for their own personal benefit. They don't want to impact the world in any way other than to impact the pocketbook or impact the whatever it is that they are trying to get. But they have allowed themselves to get caught up in a situation. Collaboration has transparency. You are opening up yourself to who you are collaborating with, and you are sharing and saying, this is what I've been doing and this is how it's been working well or how it's not been working well. That collusion piece involves the secrecy and the hidden agreements. It is I might give you a little bit of this just so I can get a little bit of that. Are there people who are giving you a little bit of them while you are giving them open and honest conversation, open and honest trade secrets, while they are just in the background giving you bits and pieces here and there? It sounds good, it looks good because you understand some of the processes, but are they really just trying to get what you got, trying to get your trade secrets, all the while so that they can go and create their own thing and do their own thing? Well, then that's not collaboration. That is collusion. And that also is competition. That is trying to identify how I can be better, how I can do better, how I can pull from this so that I can go and be great. And 9 times out of 10, yeah, they might become great. They might become whatever they had aspired to become. But is it that they did it the right way? Is it that they truly or genuinely concerned and curious about what it is that you had going on? Or were they really always just focusing in on self? Because in this world, a lot of people, we are getting so busy in the focusing in on self and what we can do and how we can come up and how we can make it. But we have to not lose sight of the fact that we need each other. It is beneficial that we all come together. It is beneficial that we do collaborate because it is the new currency. It helps us to reach more when we come together collectively and provide the things and the services that are needed. But we cannot get caught up in trying to just only give out little bits and pieces of ourselves or little bits and pieces of information while we are getting all of this wealth of knowledge and understanding of how things are working in somebody else's operation or in somebody else's life. Where are we? How are you identifying that? Are you around in a circle that is actually absolutely collaborating, or are you finding some spawn and some pieces of collusion there? Because I encourage you to really take a deep look. Take a look at those who you are spending time with, who you are connecting with. And I want you to be in a better space of understanding and discerning where it is that you are, what do you see that is going on, so that you will know who needs to be in your boat, who needs to stay away from your boat, who needs to be outside your boat at about 1,000 feet away, who needs to come into your boat, who has that genuineness, that care, that compassion that you need, that is best suited for you to be able to be your best self, them to be their best self, and you show up together and you work? Or are you in a space where secretly somebody is trying to be in competition with you? You know nothing about it because you are kind-hearted and you don't understand what's going on, but bit by bit you start to see how they are taking what you have given them and they are utilizing it to go and do some other things while trying to not give you any type of credit for what you have done, but saying that they had this idea or they had this thought. And true enough, some of the things you gave them may have absolutely been the kit and caboodle of it, but they are taking ownership of things that they did not create. And because you were so trusting, maybe you did not have that MOU in place. Maybe you did not have a contract in place or an NDA in place that said you would not discuss these things, you would not share these things, you would not use these things for your own personal gain, personal benefit, because you trusted. You trusted that person to be open and honest. You trusted that person to be who they said they were, when in fact they were not. And you discovered that. Sometimes that's going to happen in life. Sometimes people are going to take your kindness and, as they say, use it as your weakness. But you have to understand that when you give things from a pure heart and a pure conscience, those things, although they have been innocent or they feel like they've been taken away from you, there is so much more that will come in because you have made space where you are not going to hang on to the frustration, you are not going to hang on to the anger, you are not going to allow yourself to let that build and rise and fester. You are going to sit and come up with a course of action. You are also going to take time to pray about it. You're going to take time to just kind of sit with yourself so that you can get reset. You're going to take time to forgive that person. And that may be easier said than done in a lot of ways. But every day you work to release yourself from the hold that that person and their thoughts and their behaviors have had on you, because that way you free yourself up to receive those continued blessings. And as you go forward, you ask God to help you to better understand your environment and the places that you are going and where He is taking you. Allow Him to show you where it is that you need to be, who you need to be connected to. If you walk into a space, if you start conversation with somebody and it starts to feel off, you start to feel it in here like something's not right, then it is important that you take the time to really look deep, really sit and ask God what it is. What about these people that are not my people? What about these people that on the surface seem wonderful and awesome and it seems like all these things are together? What about that is not for you? What about that is not sitting well with you? What is He trying to tell you? What is He trying to show you? Because you need to better understand who needs to be in your ship, because your ship is going to take you on a journey that only is full of purpose, that only you can go, and only the people who are for you, who are going to be able to help support you, help pour into you, help nurture you, help to keep you moving forward. Those are the only people who are going to be able to go with you. So it's understanding who it is and what it is that is happening, and understanding that sometimes you're going to find those people who are talking collaboration, but they are really involved in collusion, and you have to know the difference. So watch their intent, watch their transparency, watch the legal and the ethical things that are happening. Are they in alignment with where you know that you should be? Are they in alignment with following the rules, following God, doing what is necessary? And even sometimes you may come in contact with people who don't necessarily know God, but they have good ethics, they have good morals, they have a good process and a good procedure. You have delved deeply and you know that they have a good heart. Hopefully one day they will come to know God in that space of understanding that this is a collaboration that might be beneficial for you, that might be in a space where you can help them grow and better understand who God is, and they can help you grow and better understand this business thing and some of the ideas that you have, help you to bring those to fruition. But then there are those people who also sometimes unfortunately know God, but they don't act like they know God, and they are not ethical, they are not good morals, they don't have the good character, and some of their processes and procedures are not above board. And those are the people you know that you have to find your way away from. You have to see the exit door and take that exit, because where you are going, you cannot have that. You cannot have your stuff looking shady when it comes to you being able to nurture people, you being able to produce a thing, you being able to connect and continue to help people in the way that you want to. You cannot allow those things in, so you absolutely have to let that go. And notwithstanding the fact that they say they know God, but their walk has to be their walk. You have to figure out how to walk away, because this collaboration is not for you. This is not something that is going to be beneficial. Now, we know that sometimes two people will get together, they'll be common enemies, and they will get together just for the sole purpose of doing something to hinder you, because of the fact that they don't like each other, but they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to move forward. You also have to understand that sometimes that is going to happen. Understand that that is not about you. Understand that they see something in you, and because they see something in you, they are trying the best that they can to be able to divert you in a direction to prevent you from moving forward. But it's important that you understand that greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. So whatever they got going on, it may form, they may do some things, you may see some things show up, but it will not prosper. And so you know, and you have to know and keep in your mind at all times that you have a work that is set before you. So definitely get in on the collaboration, because it is the new currency. But make sure that you are discerning what is collaboration and what is collusion, because they are not the same and they will not give you the same end result. I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope that you have people who are with you, who are standing for you, who are pouring into you, and also you are pouring into them, so that that flow can happen, so that you can build, so that you can grow, so that you can continue to move forward and do the things that you need to do in this world, because it is necessary. You are necessary. So show up in this world, and don't forget that we are bigger together. We are greater together. Things are better when we do it together, but you have to do it together with the right people. Have an amazing day. And if you want to get in with a great group of young ladies who are doing the work, who are moving forward, the group therapy for the interrupted woman is the place for you. So check us out on www.interruptyourlife.com. That's INNERRUPT, yourlife.com. And we will see you next time. Have an amazing day.